What's going on, guys? It's me, Jace, and welcome back to the film room. Today, we're going to be looking at North Carolina wide receiver Josh Downs. Now, Josh Downs, he is a smaller receiver. He's under 6 feet, but he's very shifty. You have fast and you have quick, and I think he's a great mix of both. He's shifty enough to make you fall down in the open field, but he's fast enough to outrun you. And that's a special kind of receiver because a lot of receivers don't really have both of those abilities. He works mostly out of the slot, which to some teams it could be an issue, but to me, I don't have a problem with you being a slot receiver. Like him being 5'10" doesn't mean he can't play outside. Steve Smith was 5'10", and he's a Hall of Famer. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, and he played outside as well, and he played inside. And Josh Downs can do both of those, but he did work predominantly out of the slot at North Carolina. A lot of crossing routes, dig routes are his thing. His slot work scares linebackers because he sells his route so well, and then he can quickly flip those hips and sit down, leave those backers scrambling. And they have to respect his speed. He does bring red zone scoring to the table. He has the most red zone touchdowns in the Power 5. He's a machine, and he packs a punch too, even though he's only 5'10". Let's talk about North Carolina wide receiver Josh Downs. All right, so we have about 7 plays here of Josh Downs. We're gonna look at some in routes, some dig routes, some routes where he doesn't even catch the ball. We're gonna look at some of his red zone work as well. We're just gonna look at a very good receiver here. So the first play here is gonna be this route. It's gonna be a 10 and in where he's just gonna run. He's gonna leak behind these 2 backers right here, and he's gonna sit down in the middle of the field. And he has the ability to catch this ball, to know where to sit exactly, so the quarterback is in the best place to throw the ball, so he knows that the quarterback ball's already out, but I want you to understand where he is before the ball even comes out. So look, he's going to run the route, he's going to stop before he's even able to get away from this backer here. Quarterback's already ready to throw the ball, right? He has the stance, he's ready to deliver that football. So by the time he gets out of that break completely, that ball is getting released already. This is what I mean when I say he's a technician. He's going to be that guy that's going to be attached to the quarterback's hip, because these are the routes right here. Everybody likes the deep routes and things like that. These are routes that get you first downs. In a zone, you don't want to run a receiver into a zone. You want to run them into a spot where there's a hole in the zone, and UNC did such a good job of that. And even, like I said, before the break is even made on the route or completed, the ball is coming out. This is what you want to see. And he catches that ball. He catches it, gets upfield immediately, gets a couple more yards. This is a 5'10" receiver, and he's getting tackled, 5-6 yards down the field because he's that determined to move the ball. And that's what you get. When you have someone who's this size, they make up that size with a lot of times with intensity. And again, I always look at smaller receivers, like guys like Danny Amendola or Wes Welker or Steve Smith. They were dogs. I don't care what they look like. I don't care how tall they were. I don't care where they went to school. They came into the league and they were dogs. Julian Edelman, dog. Those smaller receivers, they have a dog mentality. And that's what Josh Downs has. So that was the first route here. We're going to look at this route here. It's actually going to be a fade into the end zone. But I want you to watch what he does to the corner on this particular play here. So the ball's going to be snapped. They're going to run somewhat of a rub route or a pick. And he's going to, again, take the outside because the receiver's going to loop in to get this defender. And then Josh Downs is going to have this corner coming over the top. He's going to have this corner one-on-one, and the ball's going to go to the back pylon, right? So what we're going to look at here is we're going to run the play, and I want you to see what he does. Instead of just saying, I'm going to just run this and try to outrun you to the pylon, he gives the corner a move, and look at the corner, look at the position he's in. He's almost like in a seated position because he's so shaken up, 1, by the rub route, and 2, he didn't expect him to hit any kind of move to get free. So now that corner is in a position where he's squatting because he's got shaken up so badly at the line of scrimmage after that pick route. So and then he has the great ability to track that ball, and he gets up. This 5'10". This is what I mean. Everybody talks about the combine and what somebody's height is and what their hand size is. Listen, This right here, this don't show up at the combine. This don't show up when you're running a 40 in a straight line. This doesn't. This right here, this is passion. And this is, I'm better than you. I'm going to go up and I'm going to get the football. And this is not an anomaly. He did this all the time. He does this all the time at UNC. And you know, it's just things that you can't teach. You know, we got to watch this route again, man. Like he completely routes this corner up, puts that foot in the dirt, fakes like he's going to go inside, and he goes backside to the back pylon. He understands that, okay, he's making up ground. He's making up ground. He's making up ground. I'm going to jump up. I'm going to get the ball, high point it, get my foot down. 2 feet down, actually. It's going to be a touchdown. Things you can't coach, man. So we're going to look at the next play here. This is going to be this route here is going to be an interesting route because he's going to fake like he's going to go out. Like he's going to sell that route to the outside. And then he's going to put that foot in the dirt. He's going to run somewhat of a post almost, kind of like a bang eight. He's going to run this route. And obviously the ball doesn't go to him because it ends up being a run. But I want you to see what just a slight move can do to his game, right? Just put that foot in the dirt, fake like you're going to run an out route, immediately get upfield. Now you have that corner in a position where he has no leverage. So he's going to cross that corner's face. Now that corner is backside. So now it looks like the corner is trying to run the route. This is a very bad position to be in if you're a corner, because this right here, this can easily just turn and be a curl. And he could just stop and sit in the middle of the field. And this corner has no leverage. He has no idea what's going on behind him. But Josh Downs, even with that leverage, he still has the speed to cross his face. And he immediately starts looking for the ball, even though it's a run. But as a quarterback, you have to love this because, one, this is a guy who I know I'm not getting the ball. I know it's not coming to me, but I'm going to run this route as hard as I can because eventually we're going to come back to this play and we're going to hit this play. So I'm going to lull him to sleep, put that foot in the dirt, immediately get upfield. This is a touchdown in the NFL. It's a touchdown in the NFL. That's encouraging to see, even though he didn't get the ball. That's one of the things you want to look at when you watch a receiver play, especially in all 22. What are they doing when they don't have the ball? Are they running that route as hard as they can? This is the guy you don't question. You don't question it about this guy. So the next play we're going to look at here after this one is going to be it's going to be a completion here, and it's going to be another in route out of the stack formation here. He's going to run this ball or run this route. He's either going to run this in route, and he's going to catch the ball for a first down. But I want you to see what he does again. It's kind of what he did on that fade route, as we saw. He lulls you to sleep. You're so afraid of his speed because you're like, oh God, he could run it out. Like the amount of routes that can just be ran off of this. You could hit a 9 route. You could run this up 12 yards, hit a bang 8. You could hit a slant. You could hit a hitch. You know, you could run it out. You could go upfield, come back, run a corner route. Like you could do anything out of this formation with this particular release, and that's scary. It's scary. So watch what he does here. He lulls that corner to sleep. He immediately gets those hips slipped. He gets right inside, crosses that corner's face, and he's to the point where it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The corner's 5 yards away from even contacting him before the ball is even released. So he catches the ball. He doesn't break the tackle. That's one of the things I guess I can say is a little deficiency with this game, is that he doesn't really break a lot of tackles, and that's okay. I get it, but at the same time, I don't care, right? Like I don't need you to break 8 tackles every play. Like sometimes I need you to run a slant route for 6, get 15, and get down, and that's what he did here. Very good play. The next play here is going to be a bunch formation. It's going to be a slant. Somewhat of a slant. He's going to kind of run out, and he's going to cut up the field. He's going to be a touchdown. But again, it's going to be him lulling these defenders to sleep. So now this safety here, that's a lot of space. It's a lot of space here between him and the safety. And what he's going to do is he's going to not even press up on that safety. He's going to understand that I have 7 yards of separation. He's going to put that foot in the dirt, immediately get his head around. And, you know, Sam Howell, he knows I got to get this ball out quickly because he's wide open. Fires that ball into there, hits him in stride. This is a big thing with him. If you want to hit him in stride. Don't let him stop. If you hit him in stride, he's going to score. And so, again, now it's down to, 4 yards of separation at this point. You're not catching him. He puts that foot in the dirt, he runs, and he's gone to the house for a touchdown. It's not like he's running the most complex route tree. It's just 5 yards, 6 yards, but he can take it 60. You see what I'm saying? He's a very good receiver. I'm telling you. This was the most fun I've had watching a receiver so far, because he's such a game breaker. You never know when it's going to happen. The next route here that we're going to look at is actually going to be, it's going to actually be a hitch route, but it's going to be a missed tackle, where, again, you continue to see this because teams don't want to play him up or press him, because if you press him and you miss or he gets away from you, he's going to beat you for a long touchdown. So teams give him a lot of separation. You know, this is 10 yards of separation, right? A lot of off coverage he sees, but with that off coverage, he understands that, hey, sometimes we're going to take a hitch. You know, we're going to run 3 yards, turn around, catch that ball, and then look what happens. He catches the ball, and he says, "Get off me," and he keeps running. That's dangerous. This is scary. This is terrifying if you're a corner or a safety, because you know he can beat you long, down the field, but you got to put your big boy pants on. You got to come tackle this 5'10", 175-pound guy. And he's going to say, "Nope, get off me," and he's going to get north-south, and he's going to get yards. He's going to get yak. He's a yak machine. Again, he's terrifying to play against. So that's the hitch route, but it's just we've watched a 10 and in. We've watched a 5-yard fade. We've watched a route where he sold and out and up and went to run a post. We've seen a 6 route, just running in. We've seen a bunch formation on a slant route, another hitch. Like, a lot of these are short routes, but short routes lead to big gains, and that's his game, So he gets tackled or gets mauled, I should say, down the field. And then this last play here we're going to look at, it's going to be a long touchdown, right? And it's actually going to be against Pitt, and he's going to be in the slot. If you notice, all of these plays that we've watched, they're in the slot. And it's not because I just like him in the slot. It's because it's hard to find a play where he's not in the slot, right? So a lot of his plays are in the slot. But we're going to run this play here, and that's okay. We're going to run the play. And again, same thing you saw in the previous play. A lot of space right here. And it's space where he's going to eat. And we're going to watch his feet here. So he's going to sell that safety, right? He's going to put that foot in the dirt, and he's going to make that safety think he's going to run a post, because we've saw it on the previous play. And that's why I put in that third play where he sold it and then he ran the post, but they didn't throw him the ball. He ran this play here and sold it like he was going to run the post, and he didn't run the post. He cut back inside and then took it up the field to run a fade or to run a 9 route. And he gets the spacing. That safety is beat from the moment the ball is snapped, because he has in his mind, oh, he's running up on me. He's pressuring up on me. This is going to be a slant. This is going to be a post. He fakes that post, gets the leverage, gets outside, gets north-south, runs that slant, or runs that vertical or that fade, and he's going to score a touchdown. This is his game. Like, you get those quick passes. And you think that, oh, well, he's small, that's why you get the quick passes. No, you get the quick passes to set up the big passes. Everybody says, like, play action sets up, the run game sets up play action. Everything sets up everything in football. Small routes that you run that you don't get the ball thrown to you on, that's to lull corners to sleep, lull safeties to sleep. And he is the best at doing this. He's the best. He lulled him to sleep thinking he's going to run that post. He put that foot in the dirt, turned the safety around completely. Like we saw on the second route, turned the corner around completely. That's what he does. His feet are so quick. His hips are so fluid. He completely turns defenders around. And when the ball is down the field, he can track it. When it's across the middle, he's not scared to get hit. That is what Josh Downs is. And I think the only thing that will limit him in the draft process is going to be his height. But outside of that, there's nothing in his game that makes you think he couldn't be a first-round wide receiver, in my opinion. But hope you guys enjoyed the first installment of our receivers. We got a lot coming up. We got Kayshon Boutte. We got Jordan Addison, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. A lot of guys coming down the pike here. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the film room today. And as always, y'all take care.